If the life you say you want still isn't showing up, it's because the identity choosing it hasn't changed. Most people are trying to change their life while still identifying as the character that created the life they're trying to change. And that can't work because identity always reproduces itself. If the same patterns keep showing up in your life, it means the identity choosing them hasn't actually changed. It couldn't have. Now, some say, but I've been affirming and doing the work. I've been trying to think differently. I get it. And that's probably true. However, if the same experiences keep showing up, then the identity choosing those experiences is still the same one. Because identity always chooses from its own history. If I believe I am the character, then every choice I make is coming from the character's memories, fears, expectations, and past experiences. So even when the character is trying to change its life, it's still choosing from the same place, the same menu that created those life experiences in the first place. And that just recreates the same patterns. It's an endless loop. And this is why people feel stuck. They're trying to change the results without changing who they have remembered and now know they actually are. So again, here's the key thing that hasn't yet been completely accepted. You are not the character. Remember, the character is a collection of thoughts, memories, reactions, and patterns. And you can notice all of those things. You can notice thoughts, emotions, you can notice reactions, which means those things cannot be what you are. What you actually are is the awareness noticing them. Awareness doesn't have a history. Awareness doesn't have a past identity it has to defend. So the moment someone stops identifying as the character and recognizes themselves as awareness, something interesting happens. The character becomes flexible. Instead of being a fixed identity that keeps reproducing the same patterns, it becomes more like a costume, something that can change, something that can reorganize. And when that happens, the choices change. The reactions change. The interpretations change. And when those change, life begins to change. It isn't because you force reality to do something. It's because the identity driving the experience is no longer the same one. So the question isn't, what technique should I use? How many times should I affirm? Or why isn't it working yet? The real question is so much simpler. Who am I identifying as right now? Because when you're still identifying as the character, then every choice you make is coming from the character's history. And the character's history is exactly what created the life you're seeking to change. But when you recognize that what you actually are is awareness, noticing the character, the entire system becomes flexible. And that's when real change begins to unfold.